Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Cassandra. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here every Saturday. I had to bring back a little Eric Leeds in our lives because of the Wayne Shorter documentary.
Yeah, say. Good morning.
We don't hear you. Nope. Good morning, Prince Podcast. How are you, Michael Dean?
I'm doing good. I'm just happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? We'll give our honor and glory to God first. What's going on?
Good morning, Tanja. Good morning, Deja. Good morning, Mila. Good morning, Stone Freak. Yes, Raywin. I am also excited. Got my Diamonds and Pearls t-shirt on today. Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe is coming out. Welcome, Marilyn. Yay.
And there's a lot of just good energy in the air today because of the new announcement and just some new music. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, indeed.
Hello.
Yes, hey. We can hear you. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Audria. What a wonderful Prince weekend. It is so much going on today alone. So we're going to try to keep this at an hour because we're going to talk about it later. But like the Prince, Michael Jackson, Spike Lee block parties going on. Five and Dime is having a sale. There's a lot going on. And another performance that's being live streamed all at the same time. So we're going to talk about that.
Nice.
Real Line, the DJ. Good morning, Purple Fam. Thank you, Tanja. Really appreciate it. Good morning, Andre. Good morning, Brandy T. Good morning, Paula. Let's see. Thank you so much. And thank you, Man Ray, for being here. That's funny. I appreciate you so much. Hi, Nick. Hi, TP. I can't wait to get Diamond and Pearl. Thank you, Clarissa. That means so much coming from you. Thank you, Brandy. ATL is in the house. Welcome, Kim. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Thank you so much, Edgar. Yes, I know. I'm going to try to end it because I want to see the performance too. Welcome, El Michelle, Living for Love. So we're going to get into this because we're only going to try to do an hour. We're going to see how that goes. I'm going to try really hard. So.
Running a tight ship today.
Yeah, we're on a very tight. So let me share my screen here. And let's get through the housekeeping. And we're going to do this with the quickness. What did Prince do this week? Week 34. And again, thank you so much for everyone who's here right now because there's so much you can be doing because there's so many choices right now at this very moment. The estate of Prince Rogers Nelson is not affiliated, associated, or connected with the What Did Prince Do This Week book club series. We're going week to week, not date to date. Follow the detailed schedule at the website for the book club. You do not need the expanded edition. Where you at, Michael Dean? Where you at? There we go. Thank you. But that's what we're reading. And these are being archived on YouTube at Polished Solid and at M. Dean. Have to make sure I say that slowly. Please subscribe, like, and help spread the word. We really appreciate it. If you want to talk to us, use the hashtag WDPDTW so we can find you. And sometimes I'm a little slow because I've read some messages yesterday that we're going to talk about. So thank you. Mila, we have not done an hour since January. So you are absolutely correct. So I'm going to see, like, how are we going to do this? Good afternoon, Chris. So last night I watched the 3-part documentary of Wayne Shorter on Amazon Prime. 3 parts. Yes, 3 parts.
Yeah,
Yes. And
that's a
why do you,
documentary.
that's a documentary. Now, why did
Right.
I watch 3 parts? Because
Basically.
we were playing Eric Lee's in the back, and when Eric Lee's was on, he said that Wayne Shorter is his favorite horn player, and so I had to watch it. And it is fascinating. But what's crazy is that this song, Two Sisters, is composed by Alphonso Johnson. And guess who was in the documentary last night?
Alfonso
Alphonso
Johnson.
Johnson.
Alfonso
So it all,
Johnson.
yeah, I was like, oh my God, that's Alfonso Johnson. He's all over, things left unsaid. So, I mean, again, there's always 2 to 3 degrees of separation from Prince. So that's your Prince connection if you need one. But Wayne Shorter is actually a legend, and he just passed away this year. They turned that around really quickly, but I'm assuming they had already been working on it. But I want everybody to know that in the background, we are listening to Two Sisters by Eric Leeds, composed by Alphonso Johnson. And we have all the usual suspects from Things Left Unsaid. And I love this part and the bass in particular. All right. So everybody and their mama, I'm surprised you guys are here. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think anyone was going to show up. I thought everybody was going to be at the block party. So I was like, yeah, Michael Dean and Ricky, we just going to chop it up amongst ourselves. So we really do. Oh, Brandy, this is so great. Brandy says, why do I hold up my book like y'all can see it?
That's right. That's right.
Hey,
We
you
with
know
you,
what?
Brandy.
You
I'm
know
with
what? Mine is downstairs. I'm gonna have to go get it. I know for the next time.
Came in late.
sure I
Ain't
have
got
it.
the book.
Hey, you know what? I'm late to class. I'm late to class. Sorry.
Yeah.
You late? You didn't do your homework, Ricky?
You know
All
what?
right.
Fine. Okay, what James used to do? Fine for
There you go.
we gonna find you.
Yeah, we gonna find you. So thank you so much, Blade Brown. Yes. And I am also looking forward to all the unreleased Prince songs from the Diamonds and Pearls Deluxe, and we're going to talk about that later. Good morning, Myron.
Yes. Speaking of documentaries, there's a good one on Hulu, Trap Jazz. Hometown.
Oh,
Love.
I saw that, but is it so? It's good.
Yeah. It's pretty decent. I know for those who don't know the genre or not familiar with it,
All right.
I haven't heard like trap music with jazz or something.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's I know for me and D'Angelo, one of the guys is went to our rival high school, say Columbia High. Shout out to all the Columbia High people out there in Princeland. But it's just a good documentary. I mean, it does do a good job of showing the cats involved and stuff. So
nice.
Very, very cool. And so while you're talking about Southwest DeKalb, Ricky, you said you wanted to share about they cloned Tyrone.
Oh yeah. So like one of our alum class 87, Charles King, like executive say produced that. So So
salute to Charles King. I love that.
Yeah, man. He's been doing this thing for a while. Like he was, I think he had some dealings with Black Panther and in some other films. But yeah, like they cloned Tyrone was a big deal. Yeah, I love that movie too, Mike. By the way, it's just like the new Drop Squad.
Wow. You heard that in a minute.
Yeah, man. Some people don't see the Drop Squad, man. You missed it. You gotta check it out.
Okay. All right. So some folks are at the block party. Other people are probably live streaming it because they're live streaming it. And then the reason why we're trying to get finished in an hour is because this is what I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a live stream. And again, you can find the slide deck on our website. And if you click on the image, it will take you directly to the link. And let me see if I can find, this is the website here, bookclub.polishsolid.com. And you can see it's Liv Warfield, Cassandra O'Neill, who I absolutely adore, Ricky Peterson, and Paul Peterson. So the brothers, Mike Scott, Kirk Johnson.
Reverend Mike Scott.
Yes.
Okay,
And
Reverend
Luis
Mike Scott.
Rivera. So yeah, exactly. Hit the like button and notification bell.
Is this like a big band thing?
I honestly don't know what it is, to be honest.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just showing up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, once I saw Liv, I was like, okay, I'm there. But then when I saw Cassandra, I was like, okay, I'm really there. And then when I started reading, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, this is what's up. So I kind of, yep. So Audra, my 7-inch singles box set is on the way as well. I can't wait. And the reason why, and I can't seem to get this off this banner. How can I get this banner off? I'm just going crazy. Let's see. There we go. So why I'm so excited about the singles box set is because yesterday I found out that Matthew Batone actually designed the singles box set. He didn't design the super deluxe box set, but I am so excited that he did the design. He's my favorite designer in terms of record collection, box sets and things of that nature. Welcome, JD. Howdy.
JD, what's happening?
What's the link for this, please? That again, if you go to the book club website, let me put it up there one more time. And if you go to the slideshow that's shared, if you click on the image, this purple image, it will actually take you directly to the YouTube link, and you can hit that notification bell and all that jazz. Welcome, Laura. Thank you so much. Yes, I am very glad that I went ahead with Diamonds and Pearls in the 2021 Symposium, and we're actually going to talk about that today within our hour. But like I did for Sign of the Times, we're going to do a super deluxe celebration, just like we did for Sign of the Times, as well as Welcome to America. So we are going to do that. So I'm going to try to speed, go through some of the stuff. Week 34. What did Prince do this week? I got to give a shout out to Coco. I died laughing when I read this. Thank goodness for What Did Prince Do This Week, because the thought of going through those big ASS books by myself was low-key intimidating and overwhelming. So it's nice having Purple Fam to go through this book with. It was so great to see that. Welcome. Morning, Arthur. Let me know if you want to come on in. Just let me know. Say, I want in. If you don't want in, then just don't say anything. Hi, Lee Christian. And let's see. Oh, the Spike Lee live stream ain't start yet. They late in my Michael Dean voice. Okay. Tanja is schooling in the chat. Hope y'all learned a lesson once again. Order the limited editions first and separate. Because at least in the past, if you ordered anything together, you would have to wait until they sent everything.
Yeah, so we mentioned this, but the 7-inch thing, which is sold out. Let me say salute to the Prince Estate, because the fact that people bought that like the day prior and some people already received it, like they ready to ship. They shipping. So I love that, man. That's stay on that.
To Billy Sparks, Mike. McHugh to Billy Sparks. Business.
This is a business. And you not going to see that yet.
Yeah, but I like to see that, man. Like you buy something, boom, it got it right to your hand. So you got to salute them. I know a lot of people like to say, but I'm gonna salute them.
Yeah. I'm glad they're on top of that too.
Yeah, indeed.
And
yes.
Also, before I know we're about to get into it, but listen, can I have the floor for a second?
Oh yeah.
Public service announcement. We done seen it in the chat already. We've seen it on the internet, but we're right here as a family. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations.
Yes.
Man, this is dope.
Yes.
Like, man, we love you.
Yes.
And this is great. And also salute to Kanisa. That's my sister as well.
Yeah.
Man, absolutely incredible. This is what we've been talking about, the representation, y'all up there. So I'm just tipping my hat to you, man. Well earned. and do your thing. We love it. Love
Yeah, D.
Thank
That's
you.
okay. Georgia Tech in the house. I know for you and Kanisa. And the GT
Yeah, me
alum.
and Kenise are Georgia Tech grads. So Georgia Tech
Georgia
is in full
alum.
effect.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you are well deserving. So like we go way back, and I'm not gonna bore like any stories, but yeah, I mean, if
it.
anybody is a deserving of this, I know that's you because you've been putting in the work
Absolutely.
since you were like 13, 14.
Damn.
And yeah,
Okay.
I mean literally. And so so I know a lot of people back then didn't understand your appreciation for Prince. Man, they thought it was just some obsession and fandom, but look what it's got you. You know, and so you know.
Yes.
And man, the Purple Cow was never the same after you stopped writing for him. I just want to say that. But yeah, but if anybody is say deserving, I mean, it's definitely you, and you are forever. You and Kanisa both are like forever enshrined in Prince lore, with this, and so kudos, man, to both of y'all. I can brag now that I know y'all. Like me and Mike will be at the next symposium bragging. Like we friends with them.
No, no.
Yes.
And for those who might be new, Ricky and I, we went to high school together. So we've known each other for a very, 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 very long time. So Ricky knew me as a Prince fan in my teens, and he knows me as a Prince fan in my 50s. So yeah, it's been a long time.
I mean, I remember the I thought about it this morning. I know the 15-year-old say D'Angelo, I know was very serious, Mike. Man, she had like this black, it was like a briefcase book bag.
Yeah, the briefcase.
And she was never late to class. Like D'Angelo was
That's
never
right.
late to class. Like she would be moving through the halls with a purpose. Everybody else may be trying to social and mingle, man, and holler at somebody. She was about her, and she would see you. Like I'd see her, and she'd be like, "Hey, so you need to get the new Rolling Stone. Like Prince is featured in that." I'm like, "Oh," and be gone.
I love it. Yeah.
And man, and she was just, I mean, man, the most giving. Like say, like if you. I mean, like if you, she would be like, "Hey, have you heard this?" You'd be like, "No, look, I'll bring you a blank tape tomorrow." And if you bought her like one of those cheap, blank tapes, man, she'd be like, "I got you. Don't worry about it. Keep that tape." And she'd come with this nice Max sale. She wouldn't even charge you. She would just make people copies and stuff, man. Man, she was just, like so giving to that, man. Like, and I remember like near the end of her high school, say career. I don't know why we were in school in Georgia. I mean, back in June, but we were. And it was like on Prince's birthday, people would come to her and say, "Hey, happy birthday," or tell Prince happy birthday for me. Like she was connected, man. And it would be the funniest thing, like all day. It'd be, "Hey, tell Prince happy birthday." And man, she was just the coolest because she wore all black. But I never saw her sweat in like the Georgia heat. I'd be in a t-shirt and some, what I'm saying, and like some gray sweats or something, and be burning up. It'd be like 90 degrees. She'd be in all black, like cool as a cucumber, man. Just like no sweat, just like lays out. But yeah, man, congrats, D'Angelo. I mean, you really deserve that. And somewhere,
your parents for raising you like that.
Yeah, and somewhere next time I go home, I'm gonna have to go by your mom's house because I know your artwork is somewhere, D'Angelo.
It is. It's at my mom's house. That's exactly what it is.
So you need to let the world see that. You need to, come out of retirement and let the world see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the world see that. I'm gonna do a newsletter and actually put all my Purple Cow reviews in there. And with the Purple Cow reviews, I used to Michael Dean. I used to draw accompanying images of Prince and Taja and all these people to go with my articles. So they'll see it. So
Mike, one day, man, one issue she did this say review of Jesse Johnson's Every Shade of Love. And had this dope picture, and then the editors put like someone else's picture, man, of Jesse in there.
Oh my God, I get mad.
Yeah,
we were
heated about that joint. We was like, "What is this for?"
I can't
burn all these issues.
I can't believe you remember that because I just we recently scanned them and I looked at that drawing and I just got so mad.
Yeah.
I can't believe they put somebody else's drawing.
And it was terrible. I mean, okay, no, hold on, wait. Shout out to that person. I mean, man, they did the best they could, but it wasn't anywhere near comparable to hers. And so, like, it was giving the impression that she had did this drawing because, like she said, she had always did a drawing with all her reviews. And so, yeah, like we were pissed for it. I was pissed for you, D. Yeah, I was just,
Yeah. So I want to respond to Revolution 86. So I actually do still have my first Prince concert ticket stub. And in fact, it is on princevault.com. So if you go to the Birmingham, Alabama show of the 1999 tour, that's actually my ticket because I sent it to Yoast. So I do have it. All right, let's get started because we got a lot to talk about in our limited time. So this week, Prince was only in the studio supposedly one day on Sunday, the 21st. So one studio visit. And I love this quote from Peggy Mack. This was a great song. It just took forever. And so far with Computer Blue, it's been 7 days and counting. They're not finished. 7 days and counting just on Computer Blue. All right. Welcome. Kanissa's here. I don't see Kanissa. Welcome, Kanissa. Oh, we got to get
her here.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I don't think, never mind. We'll see if we can get Kanissa on.
Peer pressure.
I don't want to peer pressure, Kanissa. All right. Michael Dean, do you want to do the reading for today? We want to read about Computer Blue, and let's just skip the quote because we already had it. Let's start at 145.
All right. Prince went back into the environment he could control and worked to tame Computer Blue, a song that was an anomaly for Prince. He was creating something special with this song and continued to put more and more effort into crafting the sound, but it was taking much longer than expected. Working on a track over the course of multiple days was something he didn't often do, and this may have been the most time he ever spent on an individual song. Over the course of his career, some of his engineers felt Prince seemed more concerned about the creation of the song than he did about producing it after the music was put on tape. My vibe about Prince is he's so song-centric, explains David Knight, who would later be his manager. You have to remember that a lot of his stuff was crafted in 6 hours. The time that he first started writing the song to the rough mix, and it never got looked at again. And that's not production. That's not a lot of crafting. That's writing the song and capturing those elements the way I want to, and not a lot of second guessing. It's him capturing an essence and getting it on tape and turning the page on the next one. Although Prince was working on creating a new sound, his solo in one of the extended versions of Computer Blue sounds similar to the solo in the extended version of the Vanity 6 song Drive Me Wild, specifically around 4 minutes and 40 seconds and 5 minutes and 1 second. They don't all sound different. There's a couple of times I copy myself. Admitted Prince in a 1986 interview with WHYT DJ, the electrifying Mojo. I try not to do that too much. If I do, then it's usually someone around, Wendy or Lisa, who says, "Hey man, I've heard that. Put it away," and it goes away. After 14 hours of overdubbing went into today's session. 14 hours of just overdubs. At the end, a single cassette was made of the song. Prince then took a 1-week break from recording at Sunset Sound. It is possible he went back to Minneapolis to record additional tracks and supervise some of the rehearsals for the time. It is also likely that he attended Des Dickerson's solo debut at First Avenue on August 28. And I see Kanissa in the chat.
Kanissa is in the house. Ricky said Kanissa should be here, and Kanissa appeared because Kanissa is magical. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, it's so amazing that we are together as one in the box set. That means so much to me, seriously. Thank you so much, Kanissa, for being here. And I love Computer Blue too. All right. So And let me know, Kanisa, if you want to come on. Just let me know. But if you don't want to come on, you don't have to come on because I don't want to put you on the spot.
Raise the chats.
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm gonna
Mike,
sing
what's
you
that
the-
Dave Chappelle? You know, he did the Rick James.
Oh yeah, mix them up.
and then there's no pressure. But if you get
No
a hankering, oh look okay.
Even better.
Yeah, yeah.
That means no.
You know what? Stand proud on your bonnet.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Like when
Stand
Prince
proud
had
on your,
the
the soul.
do-rag.
The
It's
soul.
his
Yeah, you know,
soul.
throw some shades on. You know what I'm saying? Come on in the bonnet.
We got
family.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
I mean, you amongst family here. You know, ain't nobody go. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yes. So psyched for the Blu-ray concert. So we're gonna get into it. Just hold on. We still we're just gonna be here for a second, and then we're gonna jump off where you guys want to jump off. But Prince worked on Computer Blue for like 50 years, so we're gonna talk about Computer Blue for about 50 years. So let's just.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
I don't
crazy.
think he worked on another song like this
Yeah,
before or since.
That's crazy. And then
Now-
it was edited for the album. That's it.
That is crazy. That is really crazy. Now, when you were reading, the thing that really stood out to me, Michael, was that I don't know who was talking, but when it said that it seemed like Prince was more concerned about creation than about producing. That was an interesting observation, and I can understand why this person, it was David Knight, who would later be his engineer, that why someone would say that, because he usually did finish, everything about a song within a day. That's one thing. And then when you said, Prince spent 14 hours and you emphasized overdubbing, this is not the only day that we're overdubbing on Computer Blue. It's like multiple, like in the teens of hours of doing these overdubs. So it's crazy to think about that. Is there anything else you guys want to say about what we just read about Computer Blue?
I don't think I've ever heard a recollection of him doing that long of an overdub on any other song like that long. Maybe, not, I guess, so not even the For You stuff, which, he said he kind of overworked, but, I never have heard of him doing something, that long. Generally, it was like, he did it, when it came to him, and then that was it. It's like he kept revisiting this one, and that's wow, 14 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah, it makes me think that, I guess this song, like all of them to a degree, but this one specifically was super important to him. Like,
Yeah,
you got to get this right, taking the live thing, taking in the studio, adding the different parts. I mean, so just to me, like, yeah, this, and when you listen to the full version, as I said before, to me, yeah, like this is like some early Crystal Ball, like it's got a lot of different parts to it. And it was a step up from things he had been doing in terms of, in my opinion, complexity.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And the thing is, though, I would say listening to the release versions, whatever release versions, I don't ever feel like it's overproduced.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like,
no.
It sounds perfect.
Yeah, I mean, like 14 out. That's I'm kind of curious, man, hear what those other versions sound like now. Like,
Right.
Like what was it that he didn't like about those that he liked with the finished product? Because with him, sometimes like you hear the finished product and then you hear like some demo version, you're like, oh, I love that version better.
Right.
I love what Kim says. Computer Blue was a problem child that required lots of parent-teacher meetings.
It was a baby kid.
I wonder too, was he really alone during those sessions?
No, I mean, Peggy was there, or Peggy and David, but
I mean, I wonder if even you know what I'm saying, maybe he might have had some other guests as well that it ain't really their business to put out there like that. But
well, so you know what? I will say this. I think out of the Purple Rain set of tunes, that's probably the more complex song to play, or
Oh,
to
absolutely.
play.
Yeah, I would agree.
So like you don't, like you can hear people do cover songs, everything else, but that one. Not to say that people can't do it, but you very rarely hear people be like, "Hey, yeah, Prince tribute, yeah, let's do Computer Blue." That's like, nah, let's stay away from that one.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just, I guess, like to his musical prowess. That's, D'Angelo's, I guess that always was like back in the day, that one that would be like, well, see, Prince is really a badass guitar player. Like, you got to listen to like Computer Blue, and people be like, oh, now I get it.
Yeah, for me, Computer Blue, Blue is the quintessential Prince song. Like, if you could, there's certain songs that are just like only Prince could create, and that's like a Prince with capital letters. Computer Blue. That's the song. And in real time, Computer Blue was the song, and it's still the song for me. Like, when I think of Purple Rain, I don't think of Purple Rain the song. I don't think of the beautiful ones. I think of Computer Blue. So that's what I do. All right, so we're going to transition from Computer Blue, because we're going to talk about, this isn't the last time we're going to be talking about Computer Blue, because he ain't finished with Computer Blue. So we're going to be talking about Computer Blue, guess what, next week. So we're going to transition and give the people what they want. And so there was a question from Revolution 86. And the question is, did the three of you order the DMP set yet? And which one did you guys decide on?
I haven't ordered anything yet, but I can tell you I want to get the vinyl version only just because of the bigness of it, though I won't play it. But I'll probably just get the CD version.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm like Mike, I'll probably get the CD version. Go with that.
Yeah. So I was ready. So I got the singles box set, which I'm super excited. And as Tanja instructed you guys in the chat, whenever there's a limited edition anything, particularly through the Prince store, you always go for that first, and you hit that buy button, and then you go back and you get everything else. Because for a couple of reasons. One, it might sell out. Two, if you don't get it separately, you'd have to wait until you got everything, and we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for waiting. So I got that. I also got the Super Deluxe box set for obvious reasons, but I would have gotten it anyway, because that's what I always get. Before, and I'm going to tell you why I wanted the box set. It's for the Blu-ray. That's what I want. I want the Blu-ray. I want the Glam Slam show. I saw it when they showed it at Celebration last year, and it was incredible. So for anybody who hasn't seen that show, oh my God, you are going to be.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
You're gonna wow out. It is incredible. My mouth was just like, it was like, for anybody who are like, there's a lot of Diamonds and Pearls haters out there. Like, that show was phenomenal. I cannot stress it enough. Phenomenal. So you gotta get the Blu-ray alone, just Blu-ray alone. And I know that some people have said that, why can't they just sell the Blu-ray separately? Yes, that would make a lot of sense for certain people, but if you're trying to sell a really expensive box set, you have to have something for those people, and that's distinct. And I know some people disagree with that, and that's totally fine. And then I also got the CD version. Because that's what I've always done. That's the same exact thing I did for the 1999 box set. I got the vinyl and the CD. Same thing I did for the 1999 box set. I got the vinyl, and that's what I always do. So that's what I got. So let's look at it. We're gonna I'm at the site here, and let's see what else is going on. This is funny. Can't wait to see the 90s fashion and high quality video. So Christina, if you have, like, I have a old PlayStation, so I actually don't have a Blu-ray player. I just play my Blu-rays and my PlayStation, even though I actually bought I don't play video games, but I actually bought it for my cousin who would come visit me when he wanted to play video games, and it just doubles as a Blu-ray player.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, D'Angelo.
so
I think we're getting your Call of Duty on low. Angela's been playing Jedi games.
no.
Taking out the dark
your
side.
your 779311 fantasy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
You know what?
But
Shout out to your consistency, D'Angelo, because you've been buying stuff early. I know for 40 years with Prince stuff, D'Angelo would be
yes.
like on singles and 12 inches and all that stuff, like back in the day, like before everybody.
Yes, because I didn't eat.
Yeah.
I literally didn't eat. So it was just like food, vinyl.
Yeah.
That's very simple.
And she's
Oh,
and that is very truthful because like D'Angelo was about a good solid 105 pounds in high school on a
Yep.
good day. Solid on a
Yeah.
good day.
So
And you
know
didn't
how
miss
that
anything
goes.
from school lunch, so yeah, so you did that.
Damn, Ricky.
you usually did not miss anything from school lunch. Trust me. you did not miss
Oh,
anything.
wow.
Yeah. Hey,
What you
you
trying to
know-
say?
hey, look, I said it. I'm not trying anything.
Lord.
I said it. School lunch is man, look, school lunch is the same across the board. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't care where you go, but yeah, you didn't miss anything.
So, I mean, what I love about the box, I mean, well, when anytime a box set is released, there's usually, multiple versions. Now, the one I am a record collector, but the one thing that I am not is a completist, meaning like I don't need the milky white vinyl and the clear vinyl and just the regular CD and the 2 CD. That's not me. But I know some people who are completists, but that's not me. I will say, however, that I am kind of bummed that I didn't get the white vinyl for originals. I only got the I don't remember what they called it, the deluxe originals, and I didn't get the white vinyl. And I don't know why. It pains me because it's sold out. It's like, why didn't I get the white vinyl? But I don't think I'm going to be getting the white vinyl or the clear vinyl for Diamonds and Pearls. So let's talk about it in the chat. What are you guys doing? Like, what are you guys getting? Did you get the singles? Did you get the CD? Are you getting the milky? Do I have any completists out there?
You know what would be sweet is if the estate sold those, because you remember when this like initially came out, Prince had the cufflinks with the song names on them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that would be really dope if they, put that out because I could really use a horny pony cufflink. I can.
Lord.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You need your cream cufflinks. You get off cufflinks and all that good stuff, and that'd be pretty dope. So
Yes. I love Kim's completest is brokest unless you have money. And I'm not swimming in the money like that because I would have went to France with everybody this summer. But I'm just not rolling like that. You have to
what was in France?
prioritize. So a whole group of people actually went to Nice, France, and they kind of did like an Under the Cherry Moon tour. It was Tammy and Chris Robb and several others. So
okay.
And let's see. Kanisa says LP set, skip singles because I panic bought the Sign of Times ones and they're in storage. I hear you.
Is anybody getting the Atmos version of the album? It's sold on a Blu-ray. There's only a few places online that I see are actually selling that or offering it for sale, but it's an Atmos version of the album itself. It's not in the box set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw somewhere where Kanisa said that she's upgrading her sound system. So I'm assuming it's in order to play that. Why don't I see that anymore? There's so many in the chat. Maybe post it again, Kanisa, what you said about upgrading your sound system. And then Prince Malik says, I got 2 7-inch box sets and I'm getting the milky white and pearl colored for my birthday on Tuesday. But happy birthday, Prince Malik, but buying the super deluxe edition myself. Ooh, great gifts. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's
and Tanja, I think, is going to get the Atmos And Christy saying, can't wait to hear Tip of My Tongue, his version sung by El DeBarge, because I know it's different. What are you three waiting to hear?
That's a good question. Because I was contemplating taking a day off from work, say when mine comes. Just
I bow to it.
yeah. Always the vault stuff is always, I think most intriguing. I think with these things, like that's the first things that I go to. Is like the vault stuff. Like that's probably just as I think about it, I think it's like A Letter for Miles. I think is on that, and then hearing a better version of Schoolyard. Because those were, talked about over, like for years now, and so I'm kind of interested in hearing those. I hate that, and maybe this is like before that time, but that version of, I think the Nona Gay version of 1,000 Hugs and Kisses, was this pre Diamonds and Pearls or was that post Diamonds and Pearls? Was that version is like really, really dope.
I think it's after Diamonds and Pearls.
Okay, so that's why it's not on here. Okay.
Yeah, that's like. Well, actually, I don't know for certain, but I know I heard it because the Nona Gay time was after Diamonds.
Yeah.
I think one of the first songs I'll play is "Don't Say You Love Me."
Okay.
I always love that, just so to be able to hear that and it's full. Schoolyard, "Do Your Dance." One of the remixes off of Cream. Used to love that. And then probably I'm gonna sit down and watch that Glam Slam.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah, are they doing is the estate doing what they did with the other I guess Super Deluxes, where they would have these little like podcast episodes where people talk
of, they do have that coming
and like former band members, so like Sonny T and them, and Tommy Barbarella and all those guys to go get their moment in the spotlight, for this.
We had Tony M on the show recently, and he talked about that. He recorded stuff for that a while ago.
Okay.
So they got
it's cool, man. Like that's I'm looking forward to that too. Like if they do it, like that would be kind of dope to hear, like their take on that stuff.
Yes.
I know they didn't go back and find Diamond and Pearl, did they?
I would love to. Oh, and get me started.
Let's get started.
Well, I was just thinking that, I was looking at some of the videos and the imagery of that era, and I just was like, man, Prince was something else, man. Like, because he had Diamond and Pearl. I don't know if it was ever explained what that
was it supposed to be
imagery means. I'm gonna just take it as this brother was so cold. Let's just put it that way, that he had two young women like that on his arm, which I think we're old enough to say, back then you couldn't really have two white women being displayed, like, what I mean, like the way he was having them. That wasn't like, that was like, yo, you were cold,
the audacity.
What I mean? So there's a certain way that his persona seemed to be at this point, where he was the Mac, you know what I'm saying, and he was superstar Prince. And so I just thought it was very interesting that, their imagery was on the cover, was on the videos. It really played that up.
And
I was go ahead.
No, man, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, so I was like, man, I want to hear some great conversations and thoughts on that. Like, what was that? Was it just to tie into? Actually, let me say this. I would think the song Diamonds and Pearls ain't got nothing to do with them, but it's a very slick way for Prince to be like, oh yeah, I can play this kind of imagery into this and just call them Diamonds and Pearls, though it seems like he's applying that there's something else to him during this. And then also to just going off the head, I would love like the imagery of Violet the organ grinder and some of these things where it was like a conceited effort, to see darker skinned women with Prince on screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought that was cool. But this is things that come to mind. I was just thinking like, yeah, Diamonds and Pearls is a very interesting sort of play that Prince is doing. The whole Get Off video.
Yeah.
It was wild. He was pushing.
Okay, I'm telling my age here, but I remember. I'm saying maybe you also remember too because we're all around at the same time. I know pre-Diamonds and Pearls, the build up for like the original said release, it was a lot of hype. It was like Get Off. He had he did like Arsenio. He did the MTV Music Awards, would say the Butt Out. He put the Get Off video out with like I think Find the Organ Grinder. I mean Clocking the Jizz and all that. And then like you said, it was this like new image coming out of the like the Graffiti Bridge, like new tour, and I think Love Sexy phase, and it was like, they were making like Fred Sanford references and like Aunt Esther references, and it was all this stuff. You had the I know the do rag on, like like just all of that stuff.
Are they gonna have the Aunt Esther fan in the box
Oh
set?
man, that's what I'm saying. And so like this was a different side of him that we were seeing. And it was like, oh, okay, like this is different. He had the rare limited BMW at that time, which was I think like Chiquita Yellow. Driving in the video, going to the club, like all of that. Is yeah. I mean, like we saw him roller skating, what I'm saying, kicking it, all these things. And it was like, prior to that. And then, like you said, Mike, because Mike and I are like big fans of the film The Mac. Like you get Mac vibes with him, walking in the Cream video, like in the train station, like with these two chicks, and he's unfazed. So I mean, hopefully, like that stuff, and they probably, I guess at some point they will release those videos on something that we can get, because like most of us have them on VHS, I'm sure, and I don't know if they're on YouTube. So I never checked, but
oh, they're going to be on this release.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. So it'd be good to kind of go back and revisit those videos, because I forgot like what was on that tape. It was like Vibe the Organ Grinder, Clocking the Jizz, Get Off,
House Style.
Mm-hmm.
I love House Style.
Yeah, and so like that was when I think the infamous Spin magazine cover, and you saw him talking about he had filmed the Cream video. He had done the like Diamonds and Pearls videos. It was all this hype about the album, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to get it," And then you got these things. Man.
Isn't the end of the Diamonds and Pearls video where he first shows the Maite tape footage?
Yeah. Well, it's on this video, yeah, because he's watching. Like at the end of the video, he's watching her like do the little sword on the head thing. Yeah. Yep.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Chess moves ahead of us.
Absolutely.
So Ricky, Kim wants you to know that the videos are on YouTube.
Oh, thank you, Kim.
on the channel. So you can look at them today. And yeah, so like what I'm excited about is I already said the Glam Slam show, but then they also have the Special Olympics show. So I haven't even thought about the outtakes. I just want that freaking Blu-ray, and I want to watch because you guys should know me by now. I'm all about live prints. So like I want my live prints. So I'm like super excited about that, and haven't even, to be honest, looked at. I was just, the first thing I look for is that Blu-ray in this. And that's pretty much all that I need.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Shout out to Lee Christian, because he made a comment. He said like this was P's man Caligula phase. It was, because they talked about that. Was it a Get Off video that like Caligula apparently inspired it? Not the Turtles records. Boy, that's going back.
Yeah.
That's going back.
So let's see. There's so many comments that I'm really just in the chat. Let's see. Arthur says, I think that Rosie's presence in the Diamonds and Pearls video was a sharp contrast to the women that appear in the Get Off video. Indeed. And Man Ray says, the Special Olympics
Mhm.
are my all-time faves. I'm
It
so
was.
with you.
Yeah, that was that summer as well, like leading up to it. So that was fed into the hype. I do remember that.
That
And
guitar
then-
solo on Diamonds and Pearls. That was man.
Yeah.
And then Chrissy says, can you talk about the different intro of Diamonds and Pearls video you can only get on VHS? I don't know about I had the VHS, but
Mhm.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was from what I read, if I can remember, it was pretty much just all say the videos, and in between it was, I think it was Call the Law on that. I think they did the thing where Call the Law was on there, like a video for that, and then like the live version of Live for Love was on that. Um, and so it had like the little MTV news special, something about that. But like most people, I have it on VHS, like with no VHS player, so it's just, there for the time capsule.
So according to the credits, Nick, it says that the Glam Slam show is from 92, not 91, January 92 specifically. That's what it says. Yes, Blade. This is actually a really great point. That would have been awesome if they could have gotten the Arsenio performance on there as well. But again, we can't have everything. You know.
Man, see, that
That was
was an interesting night. Yeah, it was, because everybody was I just remember people being like really hyped that night. Like, yo, Prince is gonna be on Arsenio.
Yeah. And I got to give a shout out for Built for Speed. Yes, we want all the Love Sexy after shows. That goes without saying. But yeah. Speaking of which, sexy. We haven't even hit the button today. So let's see.
Can I ask you guys a question? Is there anything that is not on there that you would like to see, and then not turn this into any sort of complaint thing, but just like, I would love to have seen that, like maybe the Arsenio thing, I would say.
D, I think I'll let you go first.
No, I'm actually happy. I would have been really upset if the Blu-ray wasn't in the box set. I think the only thing that's really missing for me, and you have to understand, I'm a designer. Like, that's what I went to school for. That's kind of how I identify. So there's a couple things I want to talk about, and for me, they're not complaints. I'm just saying this is what I lived for. When I think of the Diamonds and Pearls in terms of the packaging, the first thing that I personally think about is the hologram. So like the hologram is missing for me personally. Again, it's not a complaint. It's just that's whenever I think of the box set, that's what I think of. And then I'm going to go full screen. This is one of my favorite prized possessions of all time is the freaking holographic CD single. And this is the one for Diamonds and Pearls. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then there's also, I just love. Look how shiny it is. And then there's also one for Money Don't Matter Tonight. And again, got a little shine on. You kind of see it. And then in the back. So I wish that there was like something holographic. I don't know, anything. That's the only thing that's missing for me personally.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know what? I could have seen, who knows what it would cost, but if the box set that you're paying the big dollars, would you pay like another 30 if you could get it with the actual,
Yeah.
I would have. Yeah. I would have. It could have been like, I guess, a super deluxe or a mega deluxe. Maybe it could have been a mega deluxe box set. I don't know.
So somebody said something about an unreleased Lisa Bonet directed Walk on
Yeah.
Walk. I never heard of that.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I mean, like if I had to, I'm gonna jump on my music geek box for a second. With all things Prince, I'm always, pushing for like all things including like rehearsals, those type things. Um, like that, like that would have been cool. You know, I mean, if not video, then maybe audio of them running through those tunes. Um, I gotta, always big up to the Madhouse. At that point, I think there's a recording. It's like a Madhouse type rehearsal, but it's with Sonny T and Michael Bland, and I think it's the Hornheads. And I think they were supposed to at one point open for the Diamonds and Pearls tour, and then that audio is on I forget the platform, but it's circulating around. Like that stuff would have been cool. So like again, because I'm I'm all for if you're going to do that era, then give us everything from that era. Um, you know,
And I like Raywan's point too. I mean, it would have been great to see the MTV performance, especially going back to Michael Dean. What you always talk about, the newbies, like that is emblazoned on my retina. I can see it right now, so I don't necessarily need it, but I could see where a newbie who's just getting the box set really needs to see this iconic performance because it was a huge deal when it happened. So that's a good point, Raywan.
Yeah, just that, and again, I'm not complaining. I'm happy with what.
Oh yeah.
Now, what we were talking, I could see. It would have been awesome. It didn't have to be a super big thing, but if it was just a short, 45-minute, hour-long sort of documentary, if you will, of just this time, where maybe they could have shown. So it would have been somebody sort of giving some sort of narrative context to what this album came from, why is it important, and this is what happened, he did this, and there was these performances. So you could see, like, I'm sure you'll hear this in the podcast and stuff, but you'll just be able to see a video show of what this album meant.
Yeah, like he did an interview with USA Today. I don't know if that's online now, but like before this album came out, like that would be cool, like to include, because I remember, like that was, he wasn't talking a lot still, back then, and that's a big deal. Like that would have been cool to have that included.
Yeah. So I want to talk about a couple of things. How are we doing on time? Ooh, we're not doing too good. We got 3 minutes. I knew we were gonna run out of time. So yeah, Darling Easy, I think this is, I had totally forgot about the Planet Earth reissue. There was a hologram for that. And Prince Malik is saying that there is the MTV performance is on there. I'm gonna be honest, like I haven't really looked at what's included with a fine-tooth comb because, like I said, I saw Glam Slam. I was like, I'm good. And another thing is that I actually like to wait until like I haven't listened to Insatiable. And the other song that they released because I want to wait until I have the box set to experience everything. That's the kind of person that I am. But since I really need to know we need to know what's on this box set, and I know it's time for us to leave, I'm going to read this anyway because it's important. All right, so let's see. It says LP 1, 2 Diamonds and Pearls, remastered for the very first time. LP 3 to 4, because it's like 12 LPs, first of all, 12 LPs and a Blu-ray, for those of you who don't know. It looks really awesome. It really does. I love this photo that's on the hardcover book. So LPs 1 or 2 are the remastered version of Diamonds and Pearls. LP 3 to 4 are the newly remastered singles, mixes, and edits. And if you've heard me talk about the 1999 box set, if you've heard me talk about the Sign of the Times box set, you should know that I'm not down with the edits, but I never have, just because, like I'm not a completist in that way, even though I know other people are. So I'm not saying anything I have never said before. And then LPs 5 to 9 are 33 previously unreleased studio recordings from Prince's vault. That's a lot, 33. And then LP 10 through 12 contain 14 live tracks, comprising a complete previously unreleased concert performance recorded live at Glam Slam January 11th. 1992. So I know we're going over a little bit, but I think this is an interesting question. In the previous box sets, when we've had a DVD or Blu-ray, there's usually a live version of a different show. But this time they've decided to put the same show that's on the Blu-ray on vinyl. How do you guys feel about that? I'm actually okay, even though technically, I mean, I'm all about, try to get as much as you can. But that Glam Slam show is so amazing that I'm personally okay with having the repeat of the audio on vinyl. What about you, Michael Dean and Ricky, and those of you in the chat?
I could see how somebody would be like, yeah, it'd be great to maybe have something else, but I haven't seen this performance yet. So if it is as dope as I think it is, having a crystal clear audio version of it that I can bump in the car, I'm not mad at it. Like I'll take it.
Yeah. I have to agree. If it's that good, and you all are saying that it's that good, so I trust your word, then I agree with Mike. It's worth having. It's kind of worth, like, you would, want it, and at some point. So yeah, and I would imagine that they probably had some other options, but they were like, this one is better. So
yeah, and I'll add too, for the people that are not buying the special edition version, or the majority of the people who can just pull up their favorite streaming app, the digital special edition version will be there for them to listen to at least. So at least they'll be able to experience the concert listening to it. And maybe they'll be like, you know what, this is so great. Let me go buy the full on thing.
Yeah.
So
that's actually a really good point, Michael. I never thought about that. That's a really good point. I'm going to try to read the rest of this with the quickness. I don't want to prolong this, but it's important. We have a super deluxe box set coming out. I don't know if you guys know, but we do. And I think it's a wonderful thing. So we got Blu-ray, 3 hours of video comprising the previously unreleased live at Glam Slam, January 11, 1992, Special Olympics concert, July 20th, 1991, and Special Olympics sound check. That's what I love, a sound check. I love me a sound check. I'm so excited. July 19th, 1991, plus the restored Diamonds and Pearls video collection. So restored seems to mean they've, maybe did some color correction and got it ready. So it looks a little bit better for all of our devices. And then 12 LPs on 180 gram black vinyl plus Blu-ray. The Super Deluxe Edition contains 75 audio tracks, across of which 47 are previously unreleased. 75 audio tracks, across which 47 are previously unreleased, including 33 studio tracks from Prince's legendary vault. And then the Super Deluxe Edition opens with Prince and the New Power Generation's multi-platinum album, Diamonds and Pearls, dazzlingly remastered for the first time by Prince's original mastering engineer, Bernie Grundman. And Michael Dean, did you interview Bernie Grundman?
We did. We talked about the Sign of the Times remaster, among other things.
Yeah, maybe you can get him back on to talk about Diamonds and Pearls. That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Also included are 15 of the incredible remixes and B-sides from the era, including the never commercially released Get Off Damn Near 10 Minutes mix, all of which have also been remastered for the very first time. At the heart of the set sits 33 previously unreleased studio recordings from Prince's legendary vault, making up 3 hours of audio. The set also includes an entire previously unreleased audio recording of Prince and the New Power Generation's preview performance of the Diamonds and Pearls tour at Prince's Minneapolis club, Glam Slam, on January 11, 1992. The Blu-ray features the previously unreleased Live at Glam Slam, blah, 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 presented in 2K video with Dolby Atmos, Dolby True, HD 5.1 stereo audio. I read that for Big Sexy because he's into this. And all you other audio files, as well as the Special Olympics concert recorded and broadcast on July 20th, 1991 in 1080p HD video with Dolby Atmos, Dolby True, HD 5.1 stereo audio, and Special Olympics soundtrack recorded on July 19, 1991 in 2K video with stereo audio. The Blu-ray content is completed by the inclusion of a restored version of the Diamonds and Pearls video collection in 1080p video with stereo audio, originally released in 1992, and then housed in a telescoping 12-inch box and accompanied by a 12-inch 120-page hardback book. That's another thing that I'm super excited about, because I'm always excited about the book. That's actually one of the key parts of any super deluxe box set for me, from Prince or from the Doors or from anybody that I collect. And then there are brand new essays by author and broadcaster Andrea Swenson, archivist and senior researcher for the Prince Estate Dwayne Tudall, British music critic and Prince expert Jason Draper, myself, social media personality Kanisa Williams, and an introduction from Public Enemy founder Chuck D.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's a good lineup. If I say so myself.
They got Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder when this was originally sort of worked on, was Chuck doing this then, or is this something that happened after other people came and took over? They got Chuck. I'd be curious to know that. But I love they got Chuck.
Yeah, well, Prince always did. I mean, dig Chuck. Like he always.
Oh, absolutely. They got songs together.
Yeah, so like that's not surprising. And Chuck never, was always initially on the, Prince bandwagon or train or say whatever you want to say. Like he didn't jump on later. So that's not surprising. I mean, especially not for that era. Because I guess he'll be writing from the hip hop perspective of what Diamonds and Pearls may have meant. Plus it's fitting that hip hop is 50 this year. When they have Chuck on that too. So that's kind of
and Chuck was that dude.
Yeah.
During this time.
Yeah. Like because that's what, like Apocalypse 91, like Public Enemy shut him down era. Yeah.
So I just have three more bullets and then we're going to be out. So rare and previous unseen photography by Randy St. Nicholas. Prince's handwritten lyrics, which is always just awesome. And the package is completed by a fold out double-sided poster, which is also very cool.
We don't know what the poster looks like yet.
No.
One side's CT, other side's Michael Blaine. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, I do have it. And Ricky and Michael, if you guys want to go, feel free to go. I forgot I had all these slides that I do want to show. So,
well, we go ride out with you, D'Angelo. You are a girl. We go ride out.
All right.
Another 30 in the tank.
We
okay. All right. Is 30 okay? That's good. Thank you. I really appreciate you both. So Arthur says A Tribe Called Quest, The Low End Theory came out a week before Diamonds and Pearls. Greatest 2 weeks of my life. I didn't realize that, Arthur.
Yep, it did.
Actually,
also, Ice Cube's death certificate came out the same month. Like I think, after Diamonds and Pearls, because Diamonds and Pearls was around like the 20th.
Huh.
I think death certificate came out close to Halloween, but that was like Ice Cube's greatest album. Like that was woof.
I still play that.
Yes, sir. Boy, that was woof.
Center.
So it's really funny that Arthur put that in the chat, because the Low End Theory was the first hip hop record I've ever bought, because before that record I was anti-hip hop because I thought Prince was anti-hip hop, and meaning like
wow.
yeah, meaning that they didn't play hip hop. Yeah, I'm talking about they didn't play real instruments. I'm hearing Prince as a teenager saying you gotta play real instruments. Nobody in hip hop was playing real instruments, so I didn't listen to hip hop. So Michael, to this day, I'll go in the club and everybody be like, saying all these, hip hop lyrics. I haven't heard of them because I was in Prince land.
Like that's I mean, like we had kind of lost contact then, but I can very much see that because
so
I mean, I'll be honest and say, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was Low End Theory because they sampled jazz, and I love jazz. So that's what pulled me in, was the sampling of real instruments. Go ahead, Ricky.
No, I was just gonna say I was kind of I wasn't as bad as you, you know, because I needed some stuff to bump in the ride. So like I'd have some stuff, but I do know that you know, and Mike and I have talked about this. Like West Coast say producers really, I mean, especially like like DJ Quick, who came out earlier that summer, like '91, was very big into using like instruments on say his records, and he was a huge Prince fan, and so like that kind of got me into it. And yeah, you're right. Like Low End Theory was like the first to like sample some stuff where you could hear you be like, oh yeah, that's like an upright bass, or that's like a Fender Rhodes, or that's this. So yeah,
so that's how I connected. All right, so let's go through these slides because I got a lot of them. Let me go back to the slides, share this tab instead. All right, so I mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to repeat it. I am going to do a Diamonds and Pearls Super Deluxe virtual celebration like I did before for Sign the Times and Welcome to America. It's going to happen sometime in December. I got to reach out to all my peeps, but then I also want to wait like a month after the box set comes out to give people time to actually listen to it, like on repeat, and live with it a little bit. So that's definitely going to happen. And for those of you who didn't know about all the programming that I curate, you can go back and watch the Super Deluxe celebration. It was pretty amazing. We had not only Eric Leeds, but Matt Bliston and Dr. Fink talking about this, the Miles Davis Paisley Park Sign and Time show as well. And Dr. Fink also talked about Madhouse. And then we did that on one day. And then I think for 5 consecutive Saturdays, we met for about 2 to 3 hours and went through every single, like we went through Vault 1, Vault 2, Vault 3. And we're going to do something similar again for Diamonds and Pearls. And then we also did a Welcome to America virtual celebration. So again, if you go to the slideshow and you click on the image, it'll take you to the videos for that, but they're all on my YouTube channel. And then I want to take some time to actually talk about the 1+1+1 is 3 virtual symposium. Actually, thank you so much, Brandy. I really appreciate that. And Kim knows what we did. It was incredible, particularly the Sign of Times virtual celebration, and we call them Saturday salons. And so Kanisa kind of posted something last night on Twitter, and it reminded me that, and Arthur, we were so great that Arthur is here if he's still here, because Arthur was my co-pilot for the symposium. And I remember during the day 2 intro welcome, Arthur said, Diamonds and Pearls, they ready. And then like out of the 3 days, the Diamonds and Pearls day was off the chain. We celebrated 40 years of controversy, 30 years of Diamonds and Pearls, 20 years of the Rainbow Children. And to be honest, I wasn't even going to do a Diamonds and Pearls. I didn't want to include Diamonds and Pearls, not because I don't like the album, but because I had never done 3 albums at one time, because we were doing this all at one time. One day was for controversy, one day was for Diamonds and Pearls, another day was for the Rainbow Children. And I was like, number one, I'm not getting rid of controversy because that's my favorite Prince album of all time. Nobody wants to talk about the Rainbow Children. So, and I love the Rainbow Children. So we're definitely talking about the Rainbow Children. And then so Elliot of the 4U crew, he's like, we really not doing Diamonds and Pearls? And so I was like, oh God, yeah, we're going to do Diamonds and Pearls. And then it turned out that everybody and their mama wanted to talk about Diamonds and Pearls. I had to beg people to talk about controversy. Nobody wanted to present on controversy. Everybody wanted to so if you go back and watch those videos of like all the presentations, all the roundtables, like Arthur said, they were ready. So you should definitely go back. Like if you're fiending for the box set because it's not here yet, and you need to just do like a deep dive into the Diamonds and Pearls era, you can actually go back and watch the videos. You can just have your own symposium to yourself, and I'm going to walk you through how you can do that. Now, if you click on the image, it will take you to the playlist on my YouTube channel, but let me just walk you through. If you watch nothing from the symposium, you should watch this conversation that I had with Scott McCullough, who was either the cinematographer or director for all other videos from the Diamonds and Pearls era. And it was an amazing conversation. He was actually shooting, and I couldn't believe that he took time out of his very busy schedule to talk to us. And also, since we've been talking about Eric Leeds, we also talked about an Eric Leeds video. That's how we started off the conversation, that he had shot as well. So if you want some Eric Leeds love, you can. And so again, and I think this one is on Vimeo and not on YouTube. So you need to click on the link that I have for you because of the music copyright. It wouldn't let me upload it to YouTube. So this is one that's actually on Vimeo. So if you're excited about the video collection in particular, this is something you should watch for sure. This is the day to welcome me and Arthur. You don't have to watch it, but I just put it in just in case you want to pretend like you were going back in time and doing it. And then this was an incredible presentation about Prince as a Black filmmaker, and also Prince and Paisley Park as a Black film studio. I just love the way that Malay provided this context. The name of her talk was The Black Bucket. And then we had Cassie Ritchie, who's all about style and fashion. And Cassie's presentation was The Style We Sportin', Redefining New Power Masculinities and Prince's Get Off. And again, if you click on any image, it'll take you directly to their particular video. And then we had Karen Turman, who also was talking about Prince's fashion and style. And the name of her presentation was Filthy Cute, Image, Style, and Dance and Cream. Then we had Laura Tebert, who was here with us earlier, and her presentation was Follow the Yellow Brick Road. And then we had like a roundtable discussion with everybody who presented, and we had Chanisha Scott moderate that. And then we had a Diamonds and Pearls roundtable with Law and Nicolay. So you know that was on fire. Law and Nicolay. And then we also had Miss TLC, and we had Hatsit Shaw, who always is, I really love his commentary because he normally doesn't just go with the crowd. He's not, he's an independent thinker, and I love that about him.
He is.
Yes, he is. You gotta have some contrast. And then you had Greg Howard as the moderator, and he's an amazing moderator. And then we had my triplet, Cummings, with A Tale of Two Princes, Diamonds and Pearls, and the Myth of Colorblindness and the Work of Prince. Really fantastic presentation that I highly recommend that you watch. We also had Prof. Mark Anthony Neal with Money Don't Matter Tonight, Prince and the Mainstreaming of Black Music in the 1990s. Mm-hmm. And we also had my brother in love, sexy, Harold Pride. Perhaps you recall Get Off, the quintessential maxi single. If I was given a presentation at my own symposium, it would have been this presentation because I absolutely adored the Get Off maxi single. And then we had the one and only Celie McGinnis with Analyzing Diamonds and Pearls, Poetic Gems from a Poet Concerned with Every Aspect of Life. Then there was a roundtable discussion with all the presenters. And then we had Arthur and I were like drunk from exhaustion. So I'm sure this is probably a funny conversation. I haven't rewatched it. You were usually dog tired and funny things happen. And then there's like a recap video if you just want like the cliff notes. Again, if you click on that image, it'll take you there. And this is Darlene Nisi's Twitter thread, because she always live tweets the symposia. And if you don't have time to watch video or you don't like video, Kanisa did a fantastic job actually summarizing all of the talks in bite-sized chunks for you. And I just absolutely loved how she introed this. This will be the day you'll hear people say stuff about TNP. Okay. All right. So I thought that was really fantastic. And then Erica Thompson also does did a blog post, which I love, with 7 memorable quotes from the 1+1+1=3 Symposium. So there's some DNP stuff there. And we have a playlist for this week with all the symposia videos in it, as well as for those of you who can't wait. I can wait, but some of you guys can't, with the 2 songs that they've released off the box sets on streaming platforms already. And then if you need to listen to Computer Blue again, you can. I also got the extended version of Drive Me Wild in here as well. And then next week, we are going to be on pages 145 and 144. So last week, we only really had one page, technically, even though it says 2 pages, really just 1 page. And then we're going to have almost 9 pages. And then we're going to be transitioning to September. So we'll have more to talk about. And then I wanted to say this quote from this song called Gaia that was commissioned by the LA Philharmonic by Wayne Shorter and Esperanza Spalding. If you click on the image, it'll take you there. It was featured in the Wayne Shorter documentary, and it is amazing. So there's so much more I wanted to say about Wayne Shorter, but I won't. I had a lot of slides, but I skipped them. You can actually go in the slide deck and see them if you'd like. And I'm sure this won't be the last time we'll talk about Wayne Shorter. And thank you so much, Christina, for letting me know that you like the playlists, because, sometimes I go like, why am I doing this? Is anybody listening? But people are. And I don't know why. There's always justice for Jughead. But if you see the Glam Slam show, you will have justice for Jughead because it is on fire like Mariah. It really is. All right.
Funky in the house tonight.
It is. So have a great day. Thank you so much, Ricky, for stopping by.
Oh, you know
Thank
it.
you. As always.
Thank you, Ricky.
Hey, man, I'm going to come back and join y'all, man. Okay, I miss you.
We miss you.
Yeah.
You're welcome anytime. Thank you, Ken, for
Get
letting
the
me know.
gang
Take
back
us out,
together.
Michael T. How you gonna
Ladies
take
and
us-
gentlemen, first of all, congratulations again to Kanisa, D'Angela, and also salute to Dwayne, Chuck D, Andrea. I hope I'm not forgetting.
And Jason Draper.
Jason Draper. Absolutely. So salute to all you guys. But with that said, we up out of here. Working like a job. We'll see you next time. Peace.